You are now listening to the Fast Food Podcast.
Fast Food Podcast, Morgan Heights, Drizzy Sakafet, Freckles.
Not getting 30k.
And we have the ladies from the Noise and Banter Podcast, Nads and Reams. Big up yourself.
Hiya.
We're in the building. Let's talk about it, man. I wanted to talk about this first, but I kind of just needed to ease my way into it. Pause.
Every time it gets me.
I'm going to leave this conversation for you to start, bruv, because this is your boy. And your boy's tripping, bro.
Hold on, when you say my boy, you got to classify my boy. You're my boy, and I've got access to you. You're my boy, so I don't know how this is. If you say, we talking about this guy.
Yeah, we're talking about this. Donnie.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
He's your boy.
It's unfortunate.
Not the unfortunate.
I feel the pressure. It's unfortunate. Like, it's a shame.
Drizzy, I've been saying this for time.
No,
right?
I know.
I've been saying this for time, Drizzy.
You have been. But
and it's mad.
It is. So that's what I'm saying. It's like unfortunate because like this guy for a long period of time, musically, this guy was just dropping bombs after bombs after bombs. Like, arguably, he probably had one of the best 4-album runs. Mm-hmm. He's probably got like 4 classics back to back to back to back to back.
Facts.
I am a huge fan of Mr. West. However, it's like, bro.
When are we going to stop making excuses for Donnie?
I'm not making excuses for him.
Nah.
I'm not making excuses for him. But it's just like, yo, someone like, no. Sometimes, bro, if you're not gonna add value to the silence, don't say nothing.
100%.
Don't say nothing.
Listen.
I know you're a very emotional. He's a Gemini.
Yeah, I was just about to say, shout out my true Gemini, yeah.
Right? I get it. Because I go for that.
Is there a Gemini's in here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're a Gemini.
Oh, yeah.
I was just about to say something fuckery. Okay, cool. No.
You're getting the good side today, babes.
I can't be that disrespectful.
That's a fact.
Because I was gonna be disrespectful.
I know. Hence the disclaimer earlier. But
Yeah.
Wow.
Go on.
it's just that it's like there's silence. There's nothing happening. And then out of the blue, Kanye West just does or says something and like, oh my gosh, here we go again.
Wild.
Here we go again. Now, I respected when he was making all the noise about the Adidas stuff.
Right.
Because they've been very disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Run DMC was the only artist who gave Adidas a bit of juice.
Right.
Right? They literally put Adidas on their back. Because Jordan wanted to sign with Adidas. And Adidas said to him, no, we're good. And then he went with Nike. Adidas was Jordan's first. That was his only one brand he wanted to go with. And they said to him, no, we're good.
Oh, they fumbled the bag.
Nike got him, and then the rest is history.
Jeez.
But then Kanye came along, off the back of his little thing with Nike, went to Adidas, and then all of a sudden, Adidas just goes through the roof.
Yeah. He gave them value. He added value.
Yeezys are now becoming like the hottest thing in the streets to the point where it's like, if you don't get them when they drop, you're going to have to pay double the amount, whatever, boom. So now Adidas are like, well, what we're going to try and do is we're going to keep doing the thing with Kanye. What we're going to try and do is try to do our own little thing that kind of is like a prototype of what we're doing with Kanye. And if we get that money on that side from arting, we don't necessarily have to part peas with Kanye. So I get why he was mad.
I don't get why he's mad.
Why not?
Talk, please, I'm
talking about the Adidas thing.
No, I'm staying there.
Okay, cool.
I'm staying there.
All right.
I'm following you.
Okay, cool.
First of all, he was an intern with Adidas. Now, if anyone knows what internship is you're underneath. You're the runner. You want to
shadowing all them things.
You want to be a part of the company, and you're trying to find a way into the company, and you want to earn your stripes.
Right.
So whatever deal Kanye West has done with Adidas, clearly he signed something that allowed Adidas to go and do that with his Yeezys.
Okay. Yeah, because they just wanted him as creative, to be the creative, basically.
Because
just give us your ideas, give us your sauce, your flaves, but he's not involved in the actual business aspect of it.
And because every time I hear conversations about corporate, when I hear corporate conversations with artists, when I hear label conversations with artists, I always go to, what did you sign?
And have you not seen this before? And do you not think that your name is big enough to do your own thing? He did a little thing because who was it? I can't remember.
Sway.
Because it's Sway. And he had to take it back. He had to take it back, Reem.
Do it yourself.
You
didn't
got
want
the
to
answers.
because you felt like you
had
needed
the
that.
answers.
You needed the corporate.
Yeah.
Everyone always feels like they need the corporate. You don't need them.
Yeah.
Artists are showing us now. People are doing their own thing all the time. You're Kanye West.
100%.
You're Kanye West. You made clothes with holes in it.
And people
sold
bought it.
And people look like a tramp for $5,000.
Crazy.
So when we're talking about his Adidas situation, I'm not saying you can't have gripes. We all have. We're all have been in positions of being employed or partnering up with somebody, and you have gripes with your partner, or you have partners with your business.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you've signed stuff, and Kanye West is not stupid, he's gonna have lawyers, he's gonna have people involved when they're drawing up certain
That's
things
what I'm saying,
to partner up with someone called Adidas. And this is not Adidas, ain't any company. Adidas were here before.
A big corporation.
Everyone in this room.
Big team.
So when you're linking up with them, they're not looking at you as they're equal. They're not looking at you as...
No.
They're not even thinking... They're not even looking at Kanye West as a partner.
It's not. They're like, you
No.
need me.
He's an apprentice.
You've come to us, and after the back of him... What happened with Nike?
I don't know. I just think he wanted more input in regards to
Because he was doing the Red Octobers.
Yeah.
He's doing the Red Octobers with Nike.
Yeah, he had a little Yeezy run. That's where the name originally started, was with
Yeah.
Nike. And then he's changed it to the spelling to going over to Adidas.
Yeah.
But
That was
I
a
just think he
legal
wanted
thing.
more input, and then he got a bit restless because you know what Kanye's like. He gets restless, and then he says things, and then it's like, in the heat of the moment, he says things, and then, which I'm sure we're gonna get to in a moment, he says things, and then,
So
I think there's a method to the madness, personally. I'm
Yeah,
not
but he's
okay.
mad. Let's just
he
don't miss out the mad. Like,
he's different. And whatever's different, people will label as mad. So I'm
just
not
mad.
saying he's not erratic. He's
Joe.
spontaneous.
Joe.
erratic
He
and
certainly
mad.
is.
I'm never mentioning or speaking about that guy ever again.
No,
Wow.
Kanye's just,
see when I see on the podcast where Momans was here, and I said Anthony Joshua trim wasn't right, and everybody looked at me weird.
His trim wasn't right.
Listen where I'm going with this.
Okay.
When I look at someone and how they are groomed and how they dress and how their persona comes off on screen, I can tell you're going through something, and I can tell that you're not doing something right, or I can tell this is about to go left. Remember when Jay-Z, before Jay-Z does an album, what did he not do? He lets his hair grow because he's in the studio all the time, and the last thing he wants to do is cut his hair. He's in grind mode, creative mode, rare. So what I said about Anthony Joshua was that he had time to get a trim. You got time to get a trim and not be boxed. You should be boxing 24/7.
Oh, you're saying
And
his
this is
hair
why
was too-
you got trimmed up, right? So then fast forward now, I see Kanye West, White Lives Matter tee, White Lives Matter jumper.
Why are we mad though?
And then I looked at
Because
an interview that he's done with this Tucker Donny, and Kanye West's mustache is like this up there, and his beard is down there.
No, he looked wild. No, he did look
And this is when I start doing. Okay, cool. If you don't care about how you look, then this,
I'm done
then
now.
this did then.
But he could have been in that focus zone, like he
He
said.
wasn't.
He could have been having his Jay-Z moment.
he was having his. I'm gonna say
Donda
something
already
stupid.
came out. Donda's already dropped.
Exactly.
You know
He
what?
was
The
having
white
his
light-
stupid moment.
I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit shocked when I saw the White Lives Matter, but I'm not surprised when it comes to him because he's the top troll. He is the top troll. He knows how to use the media to his advantage. So whether it's good publicity or bad publicity, he's learned it probably from his wife, the Kardashians, to be fair. But on the other flip side of it, the only thing I will say that went through my mind is that, you know what? Yeah, white lives do matter. We've been showing white lives matter more than black lives for donkeys, and we still are. All he's doing is highlighting the bloody obvious.
But this
and then just rubbing people the wrong way with it and selling his merch.
Yeah, which is my problem, right? So
I ain't mad at it, man.
I don't know how you felt, and I'm guessing you're going to tell me. But when I saw the picture, because it was a picture that came online.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Candace Owens.
I was like, oh shit! And I had things to, like when news drops and you got stuff, you're not sitting down or you're not really, you're just on the go. I'm like, oh, Ye is trolling the shit out of everybody right now. But then when I've digested it and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, okay, cool. What's the meaning behind this? And then I'm hearing that he's messaging Diddy. Because Diddy's gone on Breakfast Club.
He blasted
and Diddy's talking about the situation, and Diddy's gone, he's not feeling it, boom, 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 boom. Then he's gone on IG and said, I don't condone what this whole White Lives Matter thing does. Kanye West is texting Diddy like, bro, this is for the bag. So now but he's gone on this Tucker interview and said, oh, it's because Black Lives Matter is a corporation that has been robbing everybody.
And they are. So let's not even get distracted by the White Lives Matter because they have been. The money don't go towards the real black people.
But Nads.
Let's be real. The woman's in a whole yard, big old mansion now.
Nads, you're right. But let's separate the two. Because as far as I'm concerned, when I hear Black Lives Matter, I don't hear the corporation. I hear the statement, which is because of all the injustices that's been happening, the statement itself is because we're trying to highlight something. Yeah. And this company, the fuckery that the company's doing.
But we can't ignore that.
But it's not the same. But it's not the same.
We pick and choose. That's what sometimes we pick and choose what we want to ignore and what we don't want to ignore.
Talk to me.
I feel like our community right now are doing that with this whole,
I love
I'm mad at this because
Love
at the
Reeves.
end of the day, the corporate, come on. So what about all the other corporates? Where are you for them? But anyway.
You're not wrong, Reems. You're not wrong. But personally, I just feel like Ye is not as crazy as people are making him seem to be.
He's back crazy.
He is. He got with... I can't stand the Kardashians.
The Kardashians.
They repulse me. They
Talk
suck
about
my
it.
The
soul.
soul takers.
But I'm going to just bring this up. My guy
Letting them go.
went with a Kardashian, then came on the internet and asked us to feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
That's when I knew, oh my
You're
gosh,
right,
you're
Reeves.
breaking my heart.
But
You're
this is-
losing me.
And this is my thing about why when me and Drizzy having conversations and they come and Ye comes up, I'm getting mad because I like to stand on certain things. And of course, he's musically, you can't fault
Genius.
him. You can't.
Genius, never.
But there's things that he's been doing. And I'm not saying the things that he's been doing isn't warranted to a degree. We know he has mental issues.
Yes.
He had to go rehab. Right?
Allegedly.
And your mother's died.
Yeah.
And things of that nature. So you're not going to this is a result of all this
the
thing.
accumulation of
This is accumulating. You're not going to be normal.
No, exactly.
And you're in this space making billions, right?
And in a space where no one actually cares.
Yeah.
All they care about is the money
Where's
that you're
his
making
team?
and what you can
What is
do
his
for
team?
them.
Reems, but this is where I go back to this. Make all the money you want. Represent what you want to do. Have your own opinions. Have your own political beliefs. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit. But
Yeah.
no one's giving... Where's the accountability for Kanye West, bro? Where's the accountability? Because this is what we do as well. And I want to speak on it. White people hold each other accountable for their shit. Jews, you can't say nothing about Jews. They will come for you if you say anything fucking.
Yeah.
But
I'm
black
surprised
people,
you even said that.
black people are the only ones that sit on the fence every time niggas do shit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm keeping it a buck, right? So this is why I say this, Nads. Kanye West, when he's ready and he wants us on his side, will go, oh, the Kardashians are kidnapping my children, and I need help. And hold on a minute, the children are with their mum. Are you dumb?
The same mum you laid down with 4 times.
You got four of them. You got four of them with you.
So she already had man's sperm. They already
put
made.
this
They were
in there.
embryos already made.
You got 4 of them.
She could have done it without his consent.
Regardless.
We've got children.
Like the Kardashians aren't who they are.
Nads, what I'm saying to you.
Accountability.
What I'm saying to you, Nads, is when he's ready to pander to us, that's what he
Yes.
does. And
You're
when
not
he's,
wrong.
And when he's ready to pander to them, that's when he'll do the White Lives Matter. That's when he'll do the extra shit for them, and then go and talk to. Now, hold on. Now,
big one.
fast forward. I'm getting ready to come to the podcast, Drizzy. And I see Kanye West on the Drink Champs.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, I haven't even watched it. I ain't even watched it.
So you come to see us now.
He was spilling a lot.
You come to check for us now.
Yeah, he was
spilling
spinning a lot apparently. I need to watch that. I might watch on the way home.
You need us again.
Oh,
That's what he does.
oh.
You know what? Yeah,
But he's still one of us.
No,
So
that's your boy.
Oh, okay, cool.
100%, but he's just not well. I just
Like,
help.
I'm gonna sit.
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, Kanye West is a part of a much bigger problem.
Yes.
I've always said one of us, our people's biggest Achilles heel is we're very forgiving. And because we're very forgiving, a lot of liberties have been taken out of us as a race in a whole. And we're talking way back when they told us, hey, have you ever, do you want to go for a little trip around the ends?
You know what?
We don't have a car, but we have a boat. We're going to go for a little couple turns. You want to roll? We're like, hey, sure, let's rock and roll. Here we are. Wait a minute. What's this sun on my back of this? Ow. Anyway, fast forward. It's still the same thing. So what is
The way
it?
you lot are laughing about slavery is fucking.
I'm not. It was the owl.
This is the commentary that he's making it back. Stop it.
I think we're very forgiving, right? Yeah. Now, we have to be accountable for each other. Like, I can't see Morgan doing something and turn my head the other way. Because when it gets peak for him and he comes to me for help, I can't pretend like, oh my gosh, bruv, how did this happen? Like, how did you get it? I have to take responsibility. I saw where this was going and I looked that way.
100%.
Because it didn't affect me there and then. We have to take accountability. Too many times, and I'm as guilty as anyone, things happen and you're like, oh man, all right, cool. Well, it'll be hot topic for a week or whatever and it dies down. We have to start holding like homie court and being more, I don't know if it's because the community as a whole is not as strong as like when we were growing up.
Yeah.
We're out on road. Our mums could be in space.
Talk about
We're
it.
out on road. Our mums could be in space. If our mum said to our neighbors, yeah, Andre needs to be in the house by 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
My mum could be in space. Don't think my neighbors wouldn't be like, Andre, you need to be inside because it's 6 o'clock.
Okay.
We don't have that anymore.
Nope.
And I think that is a massive part of the bigger problem. And everyone on Twitter has a voice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, keep
And that doesn't mean it's good because everyone has a voice.
I'm telling you.
It's like,
Because them same voices will go and be purchasing Yeezys and the jumpers and
right.
the them.
Now, you can be online saying, oh, Kanye's mad, blah, blah, blah. I've seen it for myself. People will be disrespecting Kanye. And if you want to do that, that's totally fine. But the next minute now, I'm seeing you posting up, got him. The new Yeezys drops. You showing your confirmation that you bought the Yeezys.
So you got it.
So therefore, you are not even thinking about it. You are giving him more power in battery in his back to do what he's doing because he's like, you lot still buy my product.
Yep.
When we stop buying the product,
We'll see.
when you impact people's money, that's when they pay attention to what's
Guys,
going
what
on.
are we really mad about? What are we holding him accountable for? That's where I need to understand.
Nads, all right, Nads, I'll tell you. What I'm holding him accountable for is, again, you can have your own views. You can have your own ideals. We know Kanye West is a very polarizing character. So when he speaks, not only do we listen, but we check what he's saying because he's successful too. Yeah. True. Right? True. But at the same time, Drizzy mentioned it. Check him. Who's around him? Who's in his corner? Who's saying to him, bro, skirt.
Yeah,
chill
certain
out.
things.
Stop a minute.
Bro, don't go there. Pause. Don't do that. Bro, have you ever thought about where?
Yeah.
My thing is, Kanye West needs to get box in his jaw side. I'm telling you right now, box him in his jaw. Because this is why I say box him in his jaw side. Because clearly he's not listening. And I can see that other people around him are starting to move away from him now.
They have.
Jay-Z.
Because
They have.
When he moved away, I went,
because they've had enough. And they're like, okay, if you don't respect me, because this is what Kanye West does as well. I'm the richest black person in history and rare. Okay, cool. That's fine. Be successful. But what's money got to do with being an idiot? That's my thing, right? So we got Nads. We do this. Slavery was a choice. All right, cool. All right,
Do you know? I'm so glad you put
Forget that one. The next one you're gonna draw.
I actually agree with him.
Okay, cool.
I actually agree with him. Yeah, Reemsy.
All right.
To an extent. I'm not saying that it wasn't forced upon us at a certain point.
Yeah.
After that point, to be still mentally enslaved is our choice now.
Right.
Because we are enslaved to the corporations, to go into work every day.
He said slavery was a choice.
Slavery... No, he did actually go into it and dissected it more, not in that instance, but he did go into it more and explained it more where he was coming from. Slavery is now, in this day and age, is a choice. Then it was a choice because guess what? We decided we was going to be like, oh yeah, whatever country decided that they were going to sell off their people and whatever. It was a choice. There was literally a leader came to a leader and said, boom, this is what we need, blah, blah, blah. And this wasn't just done all underhand in a darker night. At a certain point, it was a choice. But now, in this day and age, I'm going to go there. In this day and age, it most certainly is a choice. The mentality of slavery, the whole house Negro mentality, the whole colorism, the whole competing against each other, crabs in the barrel, it's all a choice now. So what do we decide? Are we going to go against the corporations that are continuing to enslave us, or are we going to make a stand?
Again.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Fast Food Podcast Show. Thanks for coming out tonight.
I'm so sorry, guys.
We're gonna end on that high note because you can't top
Stormzy's
that.
album. Yeah, Stormzy's album.
Do you know what I mean?
It's cold.
Yeah.
You gotta check it out.
Yeah. Cool. Shout to Jojo, shout to Reem, shout to Nads. Until the next time, whenever that shall be. Until the next time. Morgs, big up yourself. Each and every time. Come on.
Pleasure.
I'm right. Okay.
No.
But you're right.
On no seriousness, no, you are right.
You are right.
You are right. You are right. What I'm saying
I
to you,
believe that now it is. So I'll say to an extent you're right.
but
Nads,
you're using context.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
And at the time when he went on TMZ and said that, there was no context.
None.
Okay,
It
yeah.
was just,
So
It's
he
true.
left
He just said it as
us.
that, yeah.
yes.
He left us.
But he was held accountable because that black guy did get up and
Dan
blasted
Latham.
him.
Yeah, Dan Latham. Yeah.
He went in on him.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
But
said,
you see, this is the thing. I feel at times what he thinks up here, by the time he gets to the mouthpiece,
it's a whole different...
It changes. It goes like
It's conflicting.
because what Naz said right there. Look how we all responded.
Oh, that
We
was
just
clear.
sat back. and
That's
just
clear.
listened.
But Naz's hair's done. She looks good.
Right.
She looks together. I'm gonna listen to her. She looks
Right.
together.
And you presented your
presented
case.
it.
You
Yeah.
said slavery was a choice to the extent of this, and
Right.
it. So
He
you
just
didn't give
blurts it out.
anyone any chance to go,
But
whoa,
what did
like,
you-
what are you
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, fill in the
You
gaps.
came with
Wait a minute.
You came with your foundation. So therefore, if he came with his foundation and he was like,
Yeah.
this,
He says
we
it
would
and
then
drops
be
the
like,
mic. It's
yo,
crazy.
Kanye, would you kindly elaborate?
Yeah.
That's all.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, because we know he can talk. We know he can talk. We know he can
loves to
speak.
chat.
I just think that the brain connects to the somewhere else. Connects to somewhere else.
The brain
and then it
bones
comes out to the
connected
mouth.
to the.
It gets to
Yeah.
the mouth.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Because
like
he does, from time to time, he'll bring out some little nuggets. Like there was a thing he had
Chicken
with Zane
nuggets.
Lowe. He had a Zane Lowe interview.
Yeah.
And then he said, I'm a god. Yeah. And as soon as Zane Lowe was going to look at him
Everyone
like,
jumped on
well,
it.
that's a bit, he didn't explain himself. And then you're like, well, shit.
Makes
We're
sense.
all gods.
We're all there.
We're all gods.
You know what I'm saying? If you're following a certain path, then you are embodying whoever the higher power is.
Right.
Keep it moving.
Exactly.
Now,
And
the
this is what
context.
really-
Exactly.
Hold on.
He's got Black Lives. He got White Lives Matter on his back, and he's got John Paul II on the front. Now, John Paul II is the Pope of the Catholic religion.
Who are known for being non-pedophiles.
Well, can I?
the Catholic Church are the head of the paedophiles.
Can I?
Sorry.
Can I kick it?
Can you tag me in, please?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool.
I had to stop drinking.
You know what the wickedest thing is, yeah? Growing up in the Caribbean, right? I don't know any other race that is more God-fearing than black people. And you can even peep
Yeah,
it
the
down,
girls go,
right? Like,
You ain't wrong.
You're not
and then if you
wrong.
wanna,
Amen.
and if you want to be very specific, you see our African brothers and sisters, and you see our West Indian brothers and sisters. They make us feel like, yo, if you don't walk to the left side of the road, you ain't going heaven.
You're mad.
And I'll be like, I'm walking the left side of the road because I want to go heaven. We're very God-fearing, right? Now, what was always befuddled me is there's this enterprise organization. Because I'm like, if let's no disrespect to anyone's religion, right? But let's choose, right, you pray to a God. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. But if you have multiple children, yeah, just follow me with this. You have multiple children. Why would you have favorites? Why would you separate child number 1 from child number 5, from child number 2 to child number 4? Now, I agree, depending on your language and where you've grown up and stuff, you have your own way and title of calling God, Allah, this, that, third, whatever. Cool.
Jehovah.
All of that, right? Cool. I'm totally fine with that. But then when you start throwing in the extra, you start marinating more sauce. Yeah, so we're going to have like Catholics, we're gonna have like Christians,
Protestants and
all of
this
that.
and that. Yeah, breaking it
Then
up like
you
that.
start
Why?
causing
That's why
a
it's not
division.
religious.
Then you have people who are meant to be serving the same
Yeah.
thing now going, well, we're better than you. How? We all come from the same source, right?
We do.
Now the flips, to add more insult to
Drizzy be
injury,
spitting.
Yeah.
to add more insult to, put a beat under this when you're editing, yeah? To add more insult to injury,
Pause.
Oh my God.
I'm not putting beats under anything, bruv.
Pause.
yeah, I'm back in my bag because my energy's good.
Yeah,
I've said
get back
earlier,
in the bag,
I'm
man.
powered by
Yeah.
party. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
Drizzy, you was on the roll.
But the wickedest thing is, they are the biggest organizations
Yes.
of
100%.
pedophiles going. How many decades has it been
say
going
it.
on and on and on and on?
2,000 years, apparently.
Right, you lot got all the power and
They've
strength in
been
the world
starting the orgies.
to out a man like a Harvey Weinstein.
Shout out to orgies.
Yeah, which is what we walked into earlier. But like, you've got you lot have got power to organize taking down Harvey Weinstein, Jimmy Savile.
Took
all
the
them
man
guns
out and
there,
told
right?
us that he did it himself.
All them man there, yeah. But now the biggest. And they do it in broad daylight. They are so gangster with it. They do it in broad daylight. And you're just like, well,
Facts.
well.
Took man out and gave us some bullshit about it.
And then the fact that Kanye is meant to be Mr. God-fearing himself, and you're promoting this guy who's at the head of the table of this organized, I don't even call them their organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a long-standing history of pedophilia.
Do you know what it does, Drizzy? Please, I beg. Because
Jump in.
Honestly, because I'm looking at it from maybe the crazy side, the crazy aspect of it, okay?
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes when someone points something and puts it in your face, unless it's in your face, let's just think, people like us, we do our research. We understand that knowledge is power. A lot of people, day-to-day, average people that go and do their 9 to 5, they don't think, oh, let me sit down and do my research on who the Pope and da-da-da and all this and that, their history, who started pedophilia, all of this. Kanye West coming up as the guy that whenever he wears something, it goes viral.
Yeah.
Him now having that man on his shirt, right? People go, oh, who's that guy? Oh, what did it? They're going to start doing their research. I'm not saying it's right that he did it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to say if we could flip it and see the other side of it, the fact that he brings the light to it. So now people will be like, oh, who's this guy?
So
they'll do their
He's bringing
research.
his awareness.
He's bringing awareness to the fact that white lives mattering
That
is
pedos,
why we
that-
have got to this
that
point that
pedos
we're
matter.
in life, period.
No
Why we
context
have
again.
certain concepts of pedophilia. Why we have Catholic churches that boarding schools that have been raping young boys for years.
Tell us that, Nads. See,
I'm
but
just
see, Nads,
saying.
but see, that this is what
Some
I'm saying,
people
Nads.
don't
He
know.
needs you on your team. He need you
Again,
on his
does.
you're
team.
giving
does.
context. He
Because
just
you,
is
because
putting
you,
it
because
there.
everything that you're saying is not wrong.
And what
Nads.
what doesn't help his cause if let's play devil's advocate, if that's the angle is going, what doesn't help his cause is he's got Candace Owen standing next to him,
Candace.
who we know
Candice.
She looks. That's why not all.
Kinfolk is something.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All
That's
skinfolk is
what,
kinfolk.
what I will say about Candice is it's weird because sometimes how you're introduced to somebody creates that perception that
100%.
they're not great.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the more I actually looked and listened to certain things that Candice Owens has said, she's not all fuckery.
She
ain't. A lot
But
of
it's her delivery.
Her delivery.
It's delivery. She comes across very anti-black. And it's like she's
she
the
just got
poster
horrible.
child of what America wants their African Americans to
be like.
But you can deliver a poignant, defensive
You
take
have to create
on how we
balance.
listen
I think
up.
you need to create balance.
Balance
Right.
is important.
Delivery.
Do you know what I mean? Like we know, again, as I said, we know white lives matter. That's who doesn't know that?
Yeah, but we've never disputed that.
That's not a dispute.
I
no
feel
one's
like-
ever been going around killing off white people because
Yeah.
they had.
Right.
Oh, I saw him jump out the car and run. No one.
No,
that's
but
not been happening.
but you could argue, Reams.
Yeah.
You could argue that white people do get killed in their own environment.
Of course.
Of course they do, but
they
not
do.
at
The
the
demographic
rate.
is higher than white.
Black
They're most
people do.
incarcerated.
Yes.
They're most
So
killed.
that's why it's like, okay, that's why we're saying
We're trying
what
to.
we're saying.
That's exactly. We're trying to say. We're not even trying to say, and that's what I said when it all kicked off. We're not trying to say we're better than you. We're not trying to say.
never
We're just
been
trying
that.
to. We're just letting you know that we care. We matter too.
Yeah.
If
That's
you
all.
want to say,
That's
And I
all.
should we put the
understand
two
it.
next to it?
That's what should happen.
Yeah,
Black
but I
lives
understand
matter
it.
too.
I do, but like I said, the other part of me feels like I understand the kind of the double side of it is the fact that white lives matter. Like he's being sarcastic. Do you know what I mean? In the sense of we know white lives matter because white lives matter is why we have Black Lives Matter. Is why we've been enslaved. Is why we're in the position that we're in.
Ladies and gentlemen,
having the post in front of it. Is
ladies and
highlighting-
gentlemen, the name of today's podcast is Context Queen.
Facts.
Wait, I'm feeling in my
Hopefully
opinion.
this is
my
what
opinion.
Kanye's thinking,
Right, that's what I'm
because I-
saying.
again,
it's a
the
matter of
man's
opinion.
man.
Disclaimer was there at the beginning. It is a matter of opinion, but honestly, that's the only side that I can really look at it to think that's logical.
Yeah.
Because when I saw it, I wasn't instinctively offended. I looked at it and said, "Yeah, white life's been mattering."
So Nads, if you check what's happening in America, especially, abortion rate is very high, obesity
murder.
rate is really high, and obviously killings
That's
is
a
very
crime.
high. So all three things are contributing to the depletion of black people in that particular country.
Yeah.
So I understand that these things are which is why I said at the beginning that black people don't take enough accountability for ourselves.
Yeah,
It's a fact.
100%.
We don't do enough of that. So again, if with Kanye West, it's cool. It's cool. You have these ideals, these ideas, these ways of thinking. But at the end of the day, you need to be checked and the back and forth and the conflicting and the hypocrisy in the things you're saying. On one hand, you say you did this for that. Yeah. On the other hand, you say it for this reason. Where is the you can't go. You imagine you leave this podcast, you go on another podcast, and then you say something else.
Yeah,
and then on another podcast, you say something else. Like
everybody should be held accountable.
What we do?
You're right. But you know what? Even though she touched the obesity thing, recently he obviously in the same interview he mentioned about the media over highlighting, selling the obesity thing. Be big and proud. Be comfortable. Whatever size you are, be comfortable if that's what you want to be. But I do agree with his statement and saying it's demonic. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Because guess what? You're teaching this, not us. We're sane people. We're grown adults. Our youngsters are looking and thinking, Lizzo, yeah. You know what? If I get obese, I'll just look at Lizzo and I'll be proud to be obese. No, because you're probably going to die young. You don't have the type of money to have a personal trainer like Lizzo does. Mm-hmm. You cannot afford to be overweight. Mm-hmm. Period. So what is it so to an extent, what he says is shocking,
but then you go,
but it's also very true.
But then your instrumentals is made by Lil Nas X. Okay, so
I'm definitely not coming on that one.
So what I'm saying is, this is the Fast Food Podcast, another intermission period. I go by the name of Morgan Heights. Drizzy Freckles is in the building.
Yo, Kanye, get Noise and Banter on your team, bro. So get some context, some filter.
The girls from Noise and Banter are in the building. It's a pleasure to have you girls today.
Man.
Great conversation we're having.
Us.
I go by the name of Morgan Heights. Trimmer, who's got the keys to my bimmer. Drizzy, Freckles. We are back
for a brand new season, season 5 of the Fast Food Podcast. Remember, it is available on all DSPs, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Podcasts. Visual episodes are available on our YouTube channel. That is Fast Food Podcast TV. Peace.
Peace.
The Fast Food Podcast.